Are the gospel writers lying to us because they're biased and trying to conspire? Maybe they were conspiring from the very beginning. You know, when you work, he said, she said crimes, you know, you go to a crime scene. My son works as a patrol officer now. And he gets called out to a lot of these where a husband and wife have been beating up on each other pretty evenly. And when you get there, everyone's all injured and they're calling paramedics and the husband wants her arrested and she wants him arrested. Who do I believe? How do I even know what really happened? Each person you're talking to has got a bias that's coloring the way they're telling you the testimony. I don't even know what happened here. So you got to think about what is motivating each person to give you this testimony. Can I trust it? Or are they motivated by something that would cause them to lie to me? So really, bias does all come down to motive. So I'll give you a little test today. What are the three motives behind any homicide? By the way, they're the same three motives behind any crime, the same three motives behind any sin. There's only three. Do you know what they are? Give me one. What's the first one? Greed. Thank you. Very good. Yeah. Greed is a big one. Financial greed is probably one of the chief motivators. I do a lot of murders that are motivated by financial greed. What else? How about sexual or relational lust? That's a big one. There's one more that's harder to identify. Yes, here we are. It's pursuit of power. Sometimes pursuit of power is not like, a senator, trying to do, it's like a gangster is saying, he don't disrespect me in my own neighborhood. Pop. It's a power issue. So this is the kind of thing we're looking for. If I'm looking at homicide, I'm looking for a person in the victim's life that's motivated by one of these three things. This is all that motivates any bad behavior, folks. It's some subcategory of these three things. So if I want to know if somebody is improperly motivated, I simply ask myself, do they have any of these three motives? Doesn't mean, by the way, if you're motivated that you're going to be a bad guy. All of us here have a motive to do something we shouldn't do, but we don't do it necessarily. We don't act on our motivations. But every bad guy I've ever worked who acted had a motivation. So my question is with the apostles, where are they motivated to do this big lie? Look at the apostles' lives and how they died. Did they ever get rich? Get girlfriends? Did they even have the power to stop their own martyrdom? Did they even have the power to control how they would die? You know how they died. I know how they died. There is no competing tradition from antiquity that describes any of these men drinking margaritas on the coast of Italy instead of dying as martyrs. Every early tradition about these men describes them in the same way. Rather than recant their testimony, rather than say that they didn't see Jesus rise from the dead, they died in a horrific way, depending on the different apostle. Now, by the way, you and I dying today for what we say is true has zero evidential value. Zero. Because we could die not knowing if it's true. But the person who actually saw it, who has a choice to either die for a lie or die for the truth, their death does have evidential power. You see the difference? I could fly a plane into a building today and it wouldn't prove anything. But if I was the original eyewitness, my death would have some type of evidential value.